Happy album anniversary. For those of you who are just joining and just hopping in, happy 1 year. I can't believe it's been 1 year since I released this album. That's wild to me. The amount of work and effort and love that went into this song from not only me, but so many other friends. Like my friend Theron actually sat down one day and with me while he was visiting, and we got the magnets out. We got all of the things set up, and we got yeah, Theron, it's been a whole year. Isn't that crazy? We got all of the magnets out. We got all of the things, and we planned album order together, which was really fun. And Theron, thank you you've already heard some of this lore about, oh, this song is connected to this. And they can't go next to each other on the album order because they can't be too interconnected that they're sitting next to each other on stream. So that's just fun. But let's sing some honestly here first. Get this song in our ears. And then, yeah, well, that's good enough. Okay. She's tuned close enough. That's what I love about this guitar. It stays in tune, and I'm really grateful for that. She does a good job. Okay. Let's sing some honestly. I've been underwater, breathing for too long. I've been overthinking each message in a song, screaming hallelujahs to an open sky. I never stopped to ask if I wanted a reply. And all these dismal broken journals through the woods without a map, all this self-help, all eternal, won't bring that broken heart back. And honestly, am I all I need? Oh, before I bleed, will you help me burn all my sandcastles down? Stitching up my sweatshirt, thought I was on the mend, using golden thread to bring faith back from the dead. Commiserate with silence and search for guarantees. I've got to look for the forest in these trees. And honestly, am I all I need? Oh, before I leave, will you help me burn all my sandcastles down? Lying in a puddle, my diamonds turned to stone, dreaming of the stardust that broke and formed all my bones. And then you knelt beside me, oh, you knew to make me laugh. You wrapped me in your sweater. Well, this forest is not so bad. And honestly, before I bleed, will you help me burn all my sandcastles down? Yeah, there we go. So that's honestly, that is the glorious final track of the album. Actually, I don't know, would you call it glorious? I'm going to say the word glorious, and that's my prerogative to say. So we have this really fun thing set up today where we're going to talk all about all of the things, and honestly, all of the things. We can dig into this as much as we want. So I'm going to just start. Oh, hi, Lily, by the way. Also, hello. Sorry. Yes, Lily, I will be dropping, at least I'm moving the second we get to 1,000. So please share with your friends. I'm literally going to release it the second I see it gets we get to 1,000 on primarily on TikTok. My other social medias are the numbers are a little bit behind compared to TikTok. So we're going to do whichever social media platform gets to 1,000 first. And if you want to follow me on Instagram or anything else, you can as well. Come hang out. We post and talk about things as well over there. What else was I going to say? Oh, but yeah, the second we get to 1,000 followers, and we're most likely going to get to 1,000 followers first on TikTok. So help a girl out, and you can be a part of the release. Lily, it's very good to see you. No worries that you've missed the past few weeks. We've missed you, but we're glad you're back, and we hope you're doing well. You're busy. That's okay. Life happens. Things happen. Things happen to all of us. So I can't get mad. I'm not mad. I promise. We're good. Oh my gosh. Okay. So what do we even want to start? Where should we start with? I think we should sing one more song and then get into it. Because I'm like, I really want to. We are going to do more songs as we go. But I think the first main thing to discuss is so honestly is the last song. Oh, That July. Yeah, we can do That July. Lily's taking requests. Lily wants to hear That July, so we'll do that. That July is not part of the Honestly album, but that's okay. We can still yap and chat today. I'll tell you the story about That July. So this song is inspired by, well, I had this thought in my head. I was like, man, I was peeling onions one day or cutting onions or whatever. And I was like, man, why was that? Take me back to the day when that was the only thing that would make us cry, that made me cry, that made us cry. And I was thinking about not childhood nostalgia, I guess. Yeah. There was a specific summer when I was like 17, 18, like that kind of year right before you hit college, where some of my friends and I, we had this huge group of people and we just hung out nonstop. We did so many shenanigans, so many things, and we had a lot of fun. And I just think about that, and I think about that friend group, and they all live in different places now. People have moved, but sometimes I want to go back to that feeling and that. And the cream cheese on the boyfriend's car is pretty iconic. I don't know. All right. Orange seeds and cherry pits. End of June never felt quite like this. Melting down the candy cone. Oh, and rainbow sprinkles taste like gold. When the sun hits your car like it's been baking for 6 weeks, and the sizzle on your skin reminds me where we used to be. Take me to that July. The silky breeze helped us fly when onion skins were the only thing to make us cry. Take me to that July. The sun was always in our eyes. The doorbell rang and we were all surprised when Danny and Jane and Dawn were still in our lives. A devil's grin, oh, and makeshift plans, painting cream cheese on your boyfriend's car, late night drives, investor guts, getting sick from the games that you made up. We're dancing through the firelight like we were all raindrops, and racing past each graveyard, screaming about our goals. Take me to that July, the silky breeze helped us fly when onion skins were the only thing to make us cry. Take me to that July, the sun was always in our eyes, the doorbell rang and we were all surprised when Danny and Jane and Dawn were still Danny and Jane and Dawn. And though we may have lost some on the way, no, I loved each moment just the same. Photos from the grocery line, I'll freeze your smile mixed with mine, and I wouldn't change you for the world. No, I wouldn't change you for the world. Oh, take me to that July, the silky breeze helped us fly when onion skins were the only thing to make us cry. Take me to that July, the sun was always in our eyes, the doorbell rang and we were all surprised when Danny and Jane and Dawn were still Danny and Jane and Dawn, when Danny and Jane and Dawn were still in our lives. There we go. Okay, fantastic. Oh, that was so fun. All right, that song is called That July. That is not on the Honestly album, which we'll be breaking down today. But our very good friend Lily wanted to hear it, and I can't say no to an original song request. It's like my number one rule. And do I write the rules myself? Yes. But that's that's the vibe. So, LaShirl, I saw your question earlier in the chat. No, we will not be taking cover requests today. If people want to hear original songs, we will still do the original song request. But since this stream is a little bit different and is focused on album breakdown and album anniversary stuff, we have to focus our attention a little bit. But that's okay, because I'll be back later this week and we'll do more covers and originals and all that fun stuff. We'll be back on our normally scheduled programming next week as well. So we can get into this. But Lily, thank you for singing along. Thank you for singing along. That's so sweet of you. That July is also one of my favorite songs on this album and on that album. And we should do an album breakdown of Dusty Houses at some point. We'll do that, I don't know, later. Timber is on the album, I'm pretty sure. Yes, Timber is. We can discuss this. So let me get the whiteboard materials out, and we are going to dig into all of this. I'm so excited to talk about how they're all interconnected. Guys, I don't think you understand. I'm hyped for this. Do I need to move this closer? Can you guys see this okay? Here, let me move this closer for all of our friends. There we go. Can we see this okay? If you can't, let me know. If you can't, I tried to make it big, in big text and big writing. So first of all, we need to discuss the main themes of the Honestly album. there's so much to get into, guys. I can't wait. I'm literally like, I'm buzzing. Watch me spend more time on this stream talking about how excited I am to talk about this than anything. But we will get into it. So I was listening to the album this morning, and oh my gosh, the things that were sparking in my brain about, oh my gosh, this song, and we did this thing. So we'll do Timber next, but we'll talk first. Let's talk about Timber, because Timber, Lily requested that. Oh my gosh, why is there so much tape on this? Who did this? Using my child safety scissors that I used for crafting to open this box, because did I get for the stream? Yes, I did get expo markers and a whiteboard. It's okay, I've been wanting a whiteboard for a while. Okay, first we have to discuss the interconnected and intricacies between Timber and Honestly. Okay, we're gonna get into all of this, but first of all, one of the main themes on this album that I realized is that there's this overarching theme of, I might have to move some stuff here. If we do, that's fine. I've accepted my fate. Okay. First of all, we have a big overarching theme between a bunch of songs. There's this like whole thing of like a thread of fate. Okay, come on, whiteboard. Like, if we're even discussing, I'm so sorry if you can't read this, but it's here and I'll talk about it. So the thread of fate, right? Do I need to move y'all closer? I will. Move closer. There we go. We tried. Okay, thread of fate. So essentially the Timber, well, so first of all, Flip a Wish falls under this thread of fate thing, because there's okay, so sorry, my brain is jumping ahead of my mind. So Flip a Wish talks about threads of fate, but also like Timber does too. So Timber, when it talks about, I hope each knot that fate ties up brings you back to me, well, that specifically ties into this thread of fate thing, because which we'll sing that song next, but it ties into the song Honestly, because Honestly in the second verse talks about stitching up my sweatshirt, and there's this whole thing about feeling warm and being safe. That's another theme, like safe. Can you tell a girl likes to be warm? I wish this marker was bigger, but it's fine. We've accepted our fate here. So, Okay, so the thread of fate theme, definitely these four really, because Treasure Maps also digs into it, and I'm sure more songs do. Crystal Ball does, because it talks about prophecies, and prophecies and threads of fate also kind of dig into each other a bit in my world. So these four songs, Honestly, Flip a Wish, Timber, Treasure Maps, and Crystal Ball, all talk about fate and like how all that stuff, all fate, threads of fate, there's like Greek mythology into it, where like I remember in the Hercules movie, but this is also just in Greek mythology, where they have the three sisters with the scissors and the that like thread of fate. And specifically in the Hercules movie, but not like this movie was, my album was influenced by the Hercules movie, but I did watch the Hercules movie as a child, so this is probably also interconnected. There's that one scene where the thread of fate tries to get cut by the fate sister, and it turns golden because Hercules becomes like a god. Well, I'm not calling anyone here in this world an immortal or anything, but I am saying that like I hope each knot that fate ties up brings you back to me. Using golden thread, like in Honestly, that's a little bit of an allusion to the Hercules. Just because it's like, oh, it's finally worked out, it's finally reached immortality. we want to keep this perfect world that we've built all together. So that's kind of the start. I'm sure, as we discussed, there will be more songs that fall under the Thread of Fate thing, which can be chatted about and discussed. But yes, they're in. The Fates are absolute icons. I cannot remember their names off the top of my head, but I know they're in a lot of Greek mythology things. I thought they were three sisters. Oh my gosh, I just connected a dot. The Fates are three sisters. Well, do you know that there are sister songs on this album? Sorry, I'm nerding out about this and I can't wait. I'm so excited to share this. There are sister songs on this album. So where's my pencil? Okay. So the sisters, right? This looks like the ramblings of a madman and I love it. Okay. There are three sister songs on this album. Just if anyone wants to discuss. Not LOL, the AI summary says threat of fate. No, thread, like string. Okay. We have sister songs on this album. If we need to discuss this, we must. So, Twizzler is actually like the pinnacle triangle of the sisters. I guess it's three sisters. So we have Twizzler, and then we have Timber, and then we have Flip-A-Wish. Okay. Where's another color to show the triangle here? So we have Twizzler, Flip-A-Wish, and Timber. It's kind of like a triangle of sisters. And man, I can get into this all day. So don't even get me started on the safe and warm thing. So sisters, Twizzler is kind of like the oldest sister of the three. It talks about all these good memories and two branches of the same old tree. Well, okay, so we have a tree, but we also have two branches from it. So Twizzler is the tree. I feel like a psycho. Twizzler is a tree. And then Timber and Flip-A-Wish are actually the two branches from the tree, if we want to get into it. Also, this isn't... Yes, exactly, Lily. Twizzler is also about road trips with my mom. And it's like the OG story. It's like where everything started. It's the... in the album order, it's the we're going to this... Okay. I built a world. Okay, I built a world. We have the Honestly Cabin, which let me show you. Let me get the album artwork out so you can see this. Okay, it's sitting right in here. It's watching me. Well, you're coming with me too, I guess. Strings of fate. Okay, so we have the Honestly artwork here as well, which we must also break down and discuss. My very good friend Erin McLaughlin painted this for me, and this is a replica because shipping cost was insane. But this is a replica of the painting. But Honestly is centered around this world of a cabin, and like a cabin, a forest, our own lake, like our good friend Timber discusses. Honestly is all kind of based in this cabin. Okay. And Garden Snakes, with all of the production value of it being like, you're in the garden, it's kind of the overarching view because you have the garden, you're outside of it, you're on the outside looking into this situation and into this house and into this complete world that we've built. So Honestly is centered in a cabin, right? Well, my friend Erin and I, we decided to turn that into a birdhouse for this because there are certain songs on the album that there's a lot of bird imagery, but also it's about birds wanting to fly but not knowing how to. Yes, exactly. Yes, Lily is in the chat and she is slaying this. Yes, you get this. The world, you can walk around the garden, see it all, but you see it all from the outside. You're not actually experiencing the day-to-day inter life because you're just looking at it from the outside, right? So Twizzler, we're kind of driving and traveling into the world of, we're digging into the intricacies of the album, okay? And then we're walking into the world. Garden Snakes is the like prologue overview. Twizzler is the we're digging into it. We're here we go. Twizzler is also the tree that Timber and Flip-A-Wish branched from. They can be sisters. They're all in my mind they're sisters, but kind of like the three sisters from the Thread of Fate mythology, but also and I think a lot of those songs also have thread imagery. But let's talk about the birdhouse for a second. Let's talk about the imagery and the importance of a cabin. So this album is a concept album, and that it all takes place in one world. And the one world is this beautiful little cabin in a forest with a lake. It's very secluded. It's very like on its own, but it's like summertime and the birds are singing, and it's just a beautiful day and everyone's happy, right? But then you dig into the inner world, and it's kind of like, okay, so where do I put this where you can still see it? Well, she's just going to sit here. I'll pull her up in a bit. So the inner world is basically, there are two worlds. There's the reality. It's really reality versus imagination. So there's the reality of what the storyteller, the narrator, is actually experiencing. And those songs on the album have more of a sparse production. They're more acoustic based. They're more like just chill. There's less going on. And then you get into songs like Flip-A-Wish, and you get into songs like One Sunny Day, etc. And you Twizzler, and you realize, oh wow, this person is experiencing a situation or two, and is like, wow, they're looking through their situations from those songs in a perspective of hyper imagination and almost rose-colored glasses. That's kind of a cliche, but I've acknowledged it's a cliche, so therefore it's a cliche. But essentially you're just looking through the world, trying to stay positive, being like, oh, nothing's as bad as it seemed. Like, you can't flip a wish if you're too busy trying. Like, yeah, so there's that. We have all of that. So I hope that answers some questions, or maybe it sparked 15 more. And either way, fantastic. But sisters, Flip-A-Wish, Twizzler, and Timber are sisters, and we can, if you have questions about that or want to discuss, we can. Now let me read some comments. Lily has been commenting, and I need to read these. Okay, wait. I read a poem my Irish friend showed me, and your album is so it. Okay, yes, Lily, send it to me. What is the name of it? Lake Isle of Innisfree. Okay, hold on. I'm writing this down in my notes app. By Yeats. Will be reading it. I will be reading it. Oh, that's amazing. I'll search it up and give it a listen. Yes, I will give it a read. Oh my gosh, yes. The Fates. Oh my gosh, Lily, yes. No wonder I like Flip-A-Wish and Timber. They are connected. I never realized it properly. Yes. Oh, what a vibe. I can't wait to read it. It's short, but so is your album. Yeah, true. Well, 12 songs. I don't know. Is 12 songs a short album? I guess it's not a double album, but so there's that. But anyways, that's our start. Now, can we sing a song? No, I get you. No, I mean, it's so your album. Exactly. Thank you. No, it's, Yes, I get it. It reminds me of your album. No, I get it. Also, 12 songs is technically short for some albums. I mean, like, there are some albums with like 35 songs on it. You know, you can make it as long or as short as you want. 12 songs is what I could handle, and I felt like it fit the concept well at the time. All right, let's sing. We're singing Timber because we talked a lot about the threads of fate and timber and all that stuff. So let's dig into that some more here. Timber is also about wanting the best for someone who doesn't necessarily want the best for themselves. There's always a lot. There's a lot of layers. You can dig into this and we can get into it for hours. I'm staring through your broken window. You say it's luxury. Well, I got one too many pebbles. A weighted necklace sets me free. I'd take you to the open ocean if you'd buckle your own seat. And I'd fix my flat tire. Well, it's too foggy to see. Oh, timber melts my wildest dreams. In every match, the sparks light up the night. I'm not sure how long this thread leads, but I hope each night that fate ties up brings you back to me. I dreamt last night we lived in a cabin, a forest, our own lake. And you befriended every creature, I'd bake each one a cake. A fireside when the nights grow weary as our hair turns ashen gray. Well, and you would tell our favorite stories from our blonder days. Oh, timber melts my wildest dreams. In every match, the sparks light up the night. I'm not sure how long this thread leads, but I hope each night that fate ties up brings you back to me. This stone cold necklace, it's weighing down my back. You chewed each pebble and showed me the thrill of emptiness. But it broke your teeth, it stole your sweets. What else am I supposed to do? Beg you to leave when I can't keep from crying. Say I don't need your honesty to make my heart bleed for you. Well, one more touch and I think I'd burn down. Oh, timber melts my wildest dreams. In every match, the sparks light up the night. I'm not sure how long this thread leads, but I hope each night that faith ties up brings you back to me. Yeah. Oh, fun. So that song is called Timber. there, as I was singing it, I was like, oh my gosh, all the other lyrical things that dig into this album. But I will leave some for you guys because I promise it's so fun, and I also want to leave some things up to interpretation, so you guys can sit and enjoy as well. Okay, let's see here. Okay, Lily, I will absolutely give it a listen. I'll literally read it today. I will literally read it today and look it up. I promise. Oh, thank you guys. Thanks for joining and thanks for hanging out. I really appreciate you guys. Oh, you're so sweet. Okay, is it too soon for Begin? I don't think it's too soon for Begin. I do know that song by Sleeping with Sirens, Addie, but is it Addie or Adie? But we're doing originals only today. But we can discuss Begin. Begin is actually not on the album, but we can still discuss it because I have much to discuss. I can talk about any song, any whatever. My dad is in the YouTube comments, and he's so funny. He says, "Amazing. Can you please use your whiteboard and explain the threads of fate in Homer's Odyssey next week? I have a paper due in September." Yes, let's chat because clearly you don't have enough. Clearly you haven't written enough papers in your life. Yeah, sure. No, you're fine, Lashura. We can absolutely talk about it. It is a single, guys. I'm trying to get to release another single, and then we'll talk about all of the ways that song is tied up into itself and a future project that I'm working on. Yes, originals only today. It's an originals only day, and I'm really excited about that. Okay, what have we not talked about yet? We have so much to discuss. Yeah, we said we were going to do Begin. I real quick forgot to grab something, and it's been bugging me. It's been just sitting in the other room. I'll be right back, and then I'll be really, really fast, and then I'll be back. I'll be one back. You've returned. I left the light on in the other room, and it's been staring at me, and I'm like, no one's in there. Let me fix it. Okay. Yes, we are celebrating a 1 year of the album and stories behind the songs and all that stuff. So, but if you want to hear an original song not on the album, we can still play originals, any original. We can do that. We can definitely do that. Okay. Lashura wants to hear Begin, and we're gonna do it. Yeah, Begin is about it's really more about my musical journey in my life in general. Especially like living far away from people I love and going through seasons of your life where it's tough to travel or whatever. And it's like, man, I wish I could be there. I wish I could be there with the people to celebrate birthdays and celebrate all the things. You know, sometimes you get tired of long distance, but it can also be really good. I've been missing you lately, oh, where to begin? Oh, I could call in the evening, but they're going out again. And I'd be right there with you if I wasn't so far. Who knew art held sacrificial scars? And I'd pull you in closer if I wasn't away. I've been saying no and working hard. God knows I need you every day. I'm missing those birthdays. I'm watching her grow through a screen. All for a little lightning in my imagination. Oh, I'd pull the road I'd relive my scars. I'd start back in Albany. Well, my mama's been calling. I miss her more with each rain. Oh, I'm living, I'm dying, I'm working on a dream. He tells me he loves me, that I should move in. Well, he asks me to visit, but it's hard to come in to a 12-hour flight when I'm finally gaining traction. Oh, this city seems a death wish for those with a vision. Oh, I'd pull the road in if it'd bring you closer to me. Oh, I'd relive my scars. I'd start back in Albany. Well, my mama's been calling. I miss her by with each rain. Well, I'm living, I'm dying, I'm working on a dream. And maybe that's the price of creating. God knows it's alright, well worth the waiting. And maybe that's the price of this waiting. God knows it's alright, there's worth in creating. Oh, I'd pull the road in if it bring you closer to me. Well, I'd relive my scars. I'd start back in Albany. Well, my mama's been calling and I miss her more with each rain. Oh, I'm living, I'm dying, I'm working on a dream. Well, I'm living, I'm dying, I'm working on. I'm living, I'm dying, I'm working on. I'm living, I'm dying, I'm working on a dream. Yeah, there we go. So that song is called Begin. You can stream it everywhere. That is my most recent release. But when we get to 1,000 followers, it won't be my most recent release for very long, because the second we hit 1,000 followers, I'm dropping a new single, just for you guys as a thank you for all of your kindness and kind support, and just because we all got there together. So it's a group project. Yes. So thank you guys. Thank you. You guys are so sweet. Yes, that song is called Begin. It's out now. LaShirley, if you wouldn't mind putting the link tree in at some point, that would be fantastic. And I would greatly appreciate you anyways, but that would be fantastic as well. All right. Let me read some responses here. Let me look. Oh, thank you, Amongst Strangers, for the follow. After this song, can you please explain One Sunny Day and maybe play a bit of it? Yes, we can absolutely do that. Oh my gosh. Hello, friends. Thanks for joining. Okay. So, yeah, we can definitely dig into One Sunny Day and all of that stuff. First, I'll just say this. Begin, no, it's not interconnected to the album. But since it's a part of my story and a lot of Honestly songs are also connected to parts of my story in my life, it is connected. So, mostly the whole living long distance, living far away from people I love, road trips with my mother. My mother's been calling. That's the most obvious one. But if you guys want to write me an essay on how that song is connected to the album, I'll read it. I'll read it and maybe I'll write my own. But that's not today's focus. But that song is really fun to sing, and I love singing it. One Sunny Day. Let's talk about One Sunny Day. Hold on. Let me get this sorted out, and we'll get her cooked up here. We have to talk about Partridge. That's happening at some point, but we'll do One Sunny Day first. Okay. I'm gonna move some of these friends back to their little song list pile here. So we have the Threads of Fate. I need to give myself some room here. Honestly. Okay. We've understood the Thread of Fate concept. She's getting erased. We all know she's there. She's always there. She's always there, even when we don't see her. Okay. One Sunny Day. Let's chat. First of all, One Sunny Day. First of all, we must discuss how that song, we talked earlier about how the album has a lot of bird imagery. One Sunny Day has a lot of bird imagery in it. So, first of all, we're going back to the album artwork. It's helpful because you guys can see it a little bit bigger than just a tiny little cube on a streaming platform. But it's out now. One Sunny Day not only digs into sunlight and the birds, the church bells ringing and the bluebird singing, but in that line, so we have a bluebird here in the little corner. I don't know if you can see that. We have a lovely little bluebird that my friend Erin painted. We love Erin. Erin's the best. Thank you, Erin, for painting this and making this, because this was hand painted and hand drawn, and it's gorgeous. We also have the church bell, and the bell is maroon because it's kind of a little bit of the contrast. Also, that's the color I envision when I hear One Sunny Day. But there's a lot of bells and church bells in specifically One Sunny Day. So we have that. And hanging off the front of the house, because why not? The church bells ringing and the bluebird singing. So yeah, we'll get into it. Let me pull up the lyrics, the chords for it, because we have so much to talk about. One sunny day. Not the web series. I didn't know that there was a web series called One Sunny Day. Well, that's not what I wanted. I wanted just my own lyrics. Here we go. Okay. So I'm looking at the lyrics real quick, and then I'll break it down. Church bells ringing, bluebird singing. So One Sunny Day is connected to St. Louis because there's a lot of bird metaphors. There's so much, but the birds are there. They be vibing. Partridge is a bird. There we go. That's its own little land of how are those songs connected. There's the bird metaphor, and we can dig into that some more. But we're talking specifically One Sunny Day right now. And blue-green ties into this song as well. Because, well, there's literally the lyric, blue-green, a perfect pair, never drifting. Well, did you know that one of the, I don't know, I didn't really post about this when I released it, but One Sunny Day has a harmony in that part that is singing the melody of Blue Green. Because I produced this and wrote this myself, so I can do whatever I want with my production. So I did. So one sunny day in that part, in verse 2, where it's like, blue, green, a perfect pair, never drifting. That line, over it, there's a harmony, a chorus harmony of some background vocals, and one of the background vocals is singing the melody from Blue Green. It's singing, blue, green, a perfect pair, never drifting, which is the melody in Blue Green, which is blue, green, painted together, you, me. Honey, it's simple. We'll get into Blue Green and talk about that more. But that's the start of it. I normally play One Sunny Day on piano. Don't even get me started on the piano aspects of this album. I didn't get my keyboards in the other room. It's fine. I've accepted it. This is where I could hang up the whiteboard. So the keyboard, I didn't want to move it last night. So I'll just be playing it on guitar. But there's also a lot of intricacies interconnected. These four songs actually all have piano, and Make Me Happy also has the piano on it. Piano has a significant emotional reality check kind of vibe for this album. So I kind of assigned it the emotional reality check of this album, and I love it. And but anyways, let's sing some One Sunny Day, just for Lily. Ray in my eyes, I didn't catch your smile before you kissed me. Oh, salt on my cheek, I couldn't catch the wind as it bit me. Oh, chase each other in the breeze, nip a tail between your teeth, taunts to rivals ringing through the trees, while I create normalcy in open sky set in threes, with the church bells ringing and the bluebirds singing, with me. Blue, green, oh, a perfect pair, never drifting. Oh, what does it mean? Oh, to catch your fog while it's lifting. Oh, chase each other in the breeze, nip a tail between your teeth, taunts to rivals ringing through the trees, while I create normalcy. Oh, an open sky set in threes, with the church bells ringing and the bluebirds singing, la-di-da with me. sunny day. One sunny day. One sunny day. While I create normalcy. Oh, an open sky set in 3. With the church bells ringing and the bluebirds singing with me. Oh, they say la-di-da, la-di-da with me. Yeah, that song is called One Sunny Day. You can stream it everywhere. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you guys enjoyed that. Yes. Thank you guys. Amazing. Lily, I hope you have a remember the poem. Yes, thank you. I will read that poem. I promise. I wrote it down in my notes app. It's like the first thing I'll see when I open my phone after the stream. Amazing. Keep going, Laura. I believe in you. You're amazing. You're so sorry you have to go. That's all good, Lily. I hope you had a fantastic time. I'm glad we got to the songs you wanted to. And come hang out anytime. You're always welcome. Guys, I'm so glad you enjoyed that. Not only is that song about birds and birds chasing each other in the breeze, it's also about a really nice day at a park. So, or a garden, whatever we want to discuss, however we want to interpret it. So that is our main aspect of One Sunny Day, and that's exciting. So, iconic in my mind, fun also in my mind. All right, what should we talk about next? What do we want to dig into? Do we want to talk about the necklace / pebble metaphor that we've dug in that is referenced in like 4 of the songs? I want to. I've decided this. Okay, hold on. Let me put all of these songs back. They go back in their little houses. We're going to start over. We're not starting over, but okay, let's just use my paper to clean off the whiteboard because this is fine. Everything's fine. There we go. We have a clean little house for us now. Okay. We're going to talk about the pebble and the what color should we use, guys? Why do I give myself so many decisions? This is too much to decide. Okay, we're gonna use the blue and green because it has to be done. Okay, we're gonna dig into the paint. We have at least two more metaphors to discuss here. We have the painting one, because that's a big thing and that ties into literally the album artwork. We're getting to it. We also we're going to talk about this necklace. All right. We're going to talk about this necklace. So, first of all, Timber talks about this stone cold necklace that's weighing down my back, right? So it gets into all of this necklace lore. I hope you can read it. Okay, here, let me write over it. That's probably I'm making it worse. Well, I've accepted my fate, my string of fate. If you can't read that, I'm so sorry. We've made it weird. All right, so we have Timber, treasure maps. So there's this whole necklace. Okay, come on, stay up. Necklace / stone metaphor. Now I'm dropping magnets. Who put me in charge? All right, I'm not digging for that right now. She's just gonna be held up by the other ones. Crystal Ball, Timber, Treasure Maps. Are there other songs that mention the necklace? Anyone know? Anyone know? Okay, well, we'll dig into it. So we'll start with this. So there's this whole necklace metaphor that ties these three songs together. So we have Timber, Crystal Ball, and Treasure Map. So it's this necklace slash like stone. All right, necklace slash stone. Can you make a necklace out of stones? Yes, happens all the time. So I'm sorry, I'm talking fast. I'm so sorry. I'll slow down. I get into these things and I'm like, yes, let me explain. These three songs, Timber, Crystal Ball, and Treasure Maps, all have stones slash necklace metaphors, and they are all tied together, and that is intentional. So Crystal Ball, it talks about if I had a crystal ball, obviously a crystal is a kind of rock. It's just polished and shiny, and if you knew what was going on, what was going to happen before something happened, if you knew the outcome of a situation before the situation started, yeah, you'd maybe make a different decision. So that's pretty much Crystal Ball. It's also based on the movie Holes and the whole I'm not bad, I'm just misunderstood, told perspective from the villain's perspective. It's very also, album order is very important on this. You can listen to it on shuffle, listen to your favorite songs. But album order, top to bottom, is very important. Crystal Ball, I think, comes right after Make Me Happy. It's either right after or right before. Laura goes, oh, album order is so important, and then doesn't remember her own album order. Either way, Crystal Ball is kind of the opposite perspective. I'm dropping things of Make Me Happy as well. It's kind of like two different perspectives. So you have Make Me Happy being like, you made me sad. Why did you have to, why am I digging up my own grave? Well, now Crystal Ball is based on the movie Holes, which they're just digging the entire time. They're digging for treasure. Crystal Ball has a lot of imagery about digging for treasure, which we'll get into on Treasure Maps as well. That's also why they're connected. But Make Me Happy is like, why'd you do this thing to me, is essentially the abstract summary of the song. And then we have Crystal Ball being like, what I did wasn't bad. Like, it's just people's different perspectives on situations. Who's right, who's wrong, that's for you to decide. But anyways, let me have a little sip and then I'll gather my thoughts for this next part. We haven't even dug into this necklace. What did I drop? How dare I drop, honestly, first of all. Okay. Necklace, stones, treasure map. Let's dig into that. So, first and foremost, I'm going to pull up the lyrics. We're going to sing Treasure Maps next. So I'm going to talk about it and then we're going to sing it. So, Crystal Ball and Treasure Maps are connected because Crystal Ball is about trying to find buried treasure and all these things buried in the sand, right? Things that have been forgotten to time and all of this. Treasure Maps is how do we get back to that? There's got to be a treasure map, some sort of thing that will take me to that July, take me to St. Louis, take me to wherever. Like, There's a lot in this album that's about nostalgia and wanting to go back in time and back into back to other places, to other situations, whatever. Partridge, you want to okay, we have to talk about oh my gosh, guys, this is getting so full. It's fine. We have to talk about Frozen. And that word is a key word on this album as well. But necklaces and rocks, right? Okay, so can you tell I just dug into all of this so fast. So there's a line in verse 4 of Treasure Maps, and I almost didn't write this verse because I was like, man, is this song getting too long? And I was like, I will only write this verse if I feel like I actually have something to say that's not redundant and hasn't been said in other verses. So Treasure Maps also connects to Twizzler. This is a little smaller one. Treasure Maps also is connected to Twizzler because of the pavement chalk. Treasure Maps is actually really interconnected to this entire thing. It's all linked together. And I wrote Treasure Maps actually as the last song. I revised it right before I recorded it and went in. I changed a couple lyrics. And I was like, oh my gosh, this song, it fits so much better with this album now. So we have that. So, but Treasure Maps and Twizzler are connected in the fact that, what I don't remember what I said. Now the pavement chalk. The pavement chalk. Yes, thank you. So Treasure Maps, Twizzler, because Twizzler, you leave me inside jokes in pavement chalk. Well, now Treasure Maps is a little bit of the opposite of that. It's kind of the flip side of that coin, being like, I have this chest of dreams. It's buried somewhere in this world, somewhere beneath this cabin that we've built. And I would find it if I had a map to it. If I had a crystal ball, that would tell me where it was. If I had all of this stuff. So that's the pavement chalk and all of that. But we have a part in verse 4. A white pebble just for me, slowly growing so heavy. I'll carry all these rusted links. One day I'll be the crystal key. Crystal ball. Crystal ball. Just saying. Crystal ball. You can tie that in as much as you want. But Treasure Maps, the white pebble, my family can correct me if I'm wrong. There is something about a white pebble in the book of Revelations that has to do with, oh, now I have to look it up. Dad, if you're in the chat, tell me what the white pebble means. I forgot, but there's a meaning. It has to do with a white pebble just for me. It has to do with the book of Revelations, and it's a nod towards that. It's not necessarily like all of that, but Timber and Treasure Maps and Crystal Ball, we talk about this necklace, right? So we have this thank you, Dad, for sending me the track list order. You are so helpful. If you also want to, please tell me what a white pebble is from the book of Revelations. That is what we're talking about now. So this necklace, right? So let's talk about Timber for a second while he's researching. Timber is talking about this necklace, and it's about how things can be sweet if you make it. It's all about perspective. It's all about how you make it to be. So Timber, there's this stone cold necklace that's weighing down my back, right? So it's a metaphor for whatever you want it to be a metaphor for. Could it be about life? Could it be That's up to the listener, because I don't want to ruin your own interpretations of this stuff too. I'm just giving you a guideline. So we have this stone cold necklace that's weighing down our back, right? You chewed each pebble and showed me the thrill of emptiness. So, Timber, someone's showing them that, hey, maybe if we change our perspective, maybe if this isn't actually, this is also how Timber and Twizzler are connected. Maybe if we change our perspective, maybe if it's not a burden to bear, but maybe we can chew the pebble. And oh, maybe it's a candy necklace instead of, and then that's how Twizzler comes into it. You could make it a candy necklace, and now it's not weighing down your back so much because you could literally just chew it away, right? So that's how Twizzler is also kind of part of that's another link between those two. But we have this necklace idea. We have Treasure Map saying, I'll carry all these rusted links. I'll carry this stone cold necklace. But in Timber, they're like, actually, you can just choose to not wear the necklace anymore. You can just choose to, you don't have to carry all these burdens on yourself. And that's how we tie into, honestly, being like, am I all I need? I need these people who are, helping me carry my burdens, who are helping me chew the necklace, chew the pebbles. They help me with all this stuff. It's like, am I all I need? Really? I don't think I have to carry all these heavy things by myself all the time. Maybe we need people. We benefit from having a community. I hope that explains the necklace. Dropping things. I hope that explains the necklace metaphor. All right, I have tape here just as a backup. All my magnets are giving up on me today. Okay, Treasure Maps, you go here. Okay. There, that's the necklace breakdown. We have much to discuss. So I'm gonna keep going here. This literally, guys, maybe there's stuff I'm not even catching. If there are interconnected things that you guys have noticed that you want to talk about, please let me know. Okay, let's get rid of this necklace. The stones and necklaces, and I'm sure there's other, it's mentioned in other songs as well, but the stones and necklace have been discussed at length. I hope that answers, or maybe gives you more questions. Okay, should we talk about painting? Can we talk about painting? So, flip a wish, right? Flip a wish. Okay. Yes, my dad has, okay, before we move on to the painting in the glass, my dad has done the research on the white pebble discussed in Revelation. There were 12 gates with 12 pearls, 12 gates with 12 pearls, each gate made of a single pearl, and the street of the glass in the city, the street of the city was as pure as gold, transparent as glass. It's all connected. It's all connected. I feel like there was something about a white pebble in that as well, but maybe I've written my own white pebble narrative. I don't remember. It's all connected. There's a meaning. It's something about redemption, I think. Okay. Flip a wish. Paintings. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about paintings. So first of all, in the album promo, when I did, we don't even have time. Well, we could, but the visuals on this album from last year's promo release was also very purposeful and intentional. We had paintbrushes we used. A lot of painting metaphors. We also used a lot of pavement chalk. We used the forest background aesthetic. We used the little cabin aesthetic. A lot of blues and greens. I wonder what that song is referencing. So we have much to discuss on that. Okay. Blue, green, painted together. Flip a wish. My watercolors never dried. Right? Something didn't work out, even though we tried to paint it together. Sometimes things don't work out, and that's okay. I'm sure there's a lot of other painting things. If someone else remembers the painting metaphors, you tell me. This is distracting me. Okay. There's a lot of other painting metaphors in this, and references to colors also count. But the painting is basically being like, you're trying to make things work. You're trying to mix some colors up. You think, oh, it's a perfect pair. They're complementary colors, and they are. They are. But sometimes complementary colors aren't always meant to stay together forever either, and that's okay. But Flip a Wish. I want to talk about Flip a Wish. We've discussed blue green, and there's a lot of painting metaphors, and these Flip a Wish and blue green are connected through the painting metaphors. Flip a Wish also talks about I'm sketching out a life with that perfect apartment. And blue green talks about I indulge my fears of living alone. Well, okay. Perfect apartment. They're both living situations. It has relevance to my life. Essentially, it's worked out or good. I'll leave it at that. So I want to talk about the Frozen metaphor. Frozen! It's way over there. I'm moving it. We have so much to talk about with this Frozen thing. First of all, hold on, let me erase with my tiniest eraser ever. Okay. Frozen. Not the movie, but the movie's great. Love the movie. Flip a Wish has the final peak in the bridge where it builds. It talks about, darling, I think I'm frozen. Oh, right. But it builds, and that's the highest note, the highest peak that Laura sings in that song. In Flip a Wish is frozen, is about being frozen, right? Well, you know what also talks about being frozen? I'm trying to even remember my other songs here. All of them talk about being frozen, but specifically Partridge, okay? Specifically Partridge. Partridge talks about, if you ever walk away, I'd rather stay frozen on Partridge. Well, darling, I think I am frozen, and maybe it's not working out. But I'd rather stay frozen and rather stay safe and warm and not realize that this freeze is, sinking into your bones and creaking into the cracks. Frozen is a huge metaphor for this in this entire song. That the whole idea of water and freezing and watercolors never dried, and St. Louis has paddle boats and your muddy rivers and your lots of water. Blue green, there's water in that, I think. There's a lot of water metaphors and a lot of frozen things. Yeah. So we have that. But Frozen is a huge, huge element and a huge thing. All right, let's sing. Should we sing a song now that I've moved all of my boards around. Let's sing. I want to sing. We're singing Treasure Maps because that's what I said. And we can also talk about the sun, one sunny day, and the sun. Back when I touched the sun, like. Also, can you help me burn my sand castles down? Well, Treasure Maps has this line where it's like, we can build incessantly or dig a treasure box beneath the sand. And it's also Treasure Maps is also connected to Twizzler because we have the two branches from the same old tree. Well, Treasure Maps is also connected to that because Treasure Maps also talks about climbing a tree and take me to the heart of the trees, share a secret, you and me. Oh, also the tying knots around our wrist, that also connects to the threads of fate thing. I hope each knot that fate ties up. I have to leave some for you guys, though. This is Treasure Maps. Draw me lines and draw me dots. Show me where I should walk, but we can build incessantly or dig a treasure box beneath the sand. Squeeze my hand 2-3 times, switching up our nursery rhymes. Jack and Jill went up that hill to plant an apple tree and simply wait. Oh, that golden haze, you'd lead me to our lake, where Adam and Eve played back when I touched the sun. Tag me with an old shadow, growing leaves from long ago, where you simply climb, I scrape my knees. Take me to the heart of the trees, share a secret, you and me. We're tying knots around our wrists when forever had no meaning. Oh, that golden haze, well, you'd lead me to our lake, where Adam and Eve played back when I touched the sun. Hold on, I have to scroll up. They're painting up my old bedroom. Paint. Pull the paper down to gloom, replacing all my faded sounds with this anxious new. So I build my castle stories high, while you learn to lie, while you distract away the days when I'm too tired to try. Oh, that golden haze, you'd lead me to our I've got a rotten wooden chest of dreams filled with distant memories. Oh, I wrote them down in pavement chalk that now only the rain reads. A white pebble just for me, slowly growing so heavy. Well, I'll carry all those rusted links one day. I'll be the crystal key. Oh, that golden haze, well, you'd lead me to our lake, where Adam and Eve played back when I touched the sun. And who knew fairy tales would lose all of their fun? Take me to a treasure map where I can feel young. Yeah. That song is called Treasure Maps. What a blast. What a vibe. I forgot we have to talk about the castle. I forgot about the castle. How can a girl forget about a castle? First of all, how dare she? How dare? But also, I can understand. Okay. So we have a lot of Frozen metaphors. We have a lot of things like that. But we also have this castle metaphor. Let me move painting. Goodbye, painting. Thank you for your assistance through these trying times. Also, the painting, obviously, I don't know how obvious this is, but I think it's obvious. Literally, the album artwork is a painting. So, also, a lot of thought has been put into this. We also must discuss the album artwork. We're going to break that down at the end. Don't let me forget. Okay. What was I talking about? The castle. So we have sand castles. Okay. Sand castles, and honestly, we also have Treasure Maps has a castle metaphor. Why do I feel like Garden Snakes also has a castle metaphor? Anyone? I don't know. I think so. Building a house, houses, castles, all of this. Cabin. I dreamt last night we lived in a cabin. Anything with a castle or a house metaphor is interconnected. All of it. So we have that. Is it a metaphor or like apartment? I'm sketching out a life with a perfect apartment. Anything housing, Partridge. I'd rather stay frozen on Partridge. There's something about frozen apartments. No, well, breakfast in your kitchen. Yeah, that counts. Yeah. So we all have that. We have to break down Garden Snakes as well and tell you about how that we haven't really dug into that. That's a whole thing. That's a whole thing. I promise she exists. She's not just floating. Remember, she's the prologue to the entire album. So our friend is asking, hello, what are you up to? I'm breaking down the album that I wrote. It's been 1 year since it's been out. You can stream it now. And if you want to hear new music, Share with your friends. The second we hit 1,000 followers on the first social media platform, I'm dropping it. And I think we're like 80 away on TikTok. So come hang out. I'll release new music soon. Castle. Okay. So we have all of that. We played Honestly. We played Timber. I could still play Partridge and Flip a Wish for you. We haven't done Twizzler yet either. We did One Sunny Day. Hold on. These are the songs we've sung. The songs we haven't sung include all of these. I don't know. We're going to sing as... Okay, I'm kind of at a point where I'm like, let's sing as many songs as we can. Thank you for the follow, friend. I appreciate you. And we are singing and working on the songs. We're talking about the songs, and I'm going to sing some. We have to talk about album artwork, too. Don't let me forget. I'll do that while talking about garden snakes. I want to sing. Anyone want to hear a specific song after we've discussed all of these things? I think we should. What do I want to do? Let's do Flip a Wish. I talk so much my coffee got cold. Love that for me. Okay. I love Flip a Wish. One of my favorites. Let's sing my fave. This song is called Flip a Wish. You can stream it everywhere. You can find me living in the clouds, masterminded, dreaming in my doubts. Holy water can't save me now. Drip the paintbrush dry, I'm living truth for sound. And you can find me locked behind my fears. My colors have been watered down for years. Living in the solace of a faded picture frame. You see, I try to heal, but some things never change. Well, you can't flip a wish if you're too busy trying, and you can't flip a kiss if you live in the sky. I know you want to say, we'll be alright, so I'll save 3 words for another night. You can't memorize if you live in the darkness, and Mama always said, it's best to be honest. I'm sketching out a life with that perfect apartment. My watercolors never dry. No, they never dry. And you can find me in between the trees, stuck translating mist for mystery. Who knew gray could be the greatest color seen, and black and white can be such misery. Well, you can't flip a wish if you're too busy trying, and you can't flip a kiss if you live in the sky. I know you want to say, we'll be alright, so I'll save 3 words for another night. You can't memorize if you live in the darkness, and Mama always said, it's best to be honest. I'm sketching out a life with that perfect apartment. My watercolors never dry. Oh, they never dry. But I can see the stardust. I can almost breathe it in. I can't reach what I want under your waves. I'm frozen. Darling, I think I'm frozen. Too busy trying, and you can't if you live in the sky. I know you want to say, we'll be alright, so I'll save 3 words for another night. You can't memorize if you live in the darkness, and Mama always said it's best to be honest. I'm sketching out a life with the perfect apartment. My watercolors never dry, no, they never dry. There we go. That was Flip a Wish. One of my favorites. I love playing that song. The production on Flip a Wish was really fun to make. I put all of these I record all my own music. So I included all of these like trumpet, horn sounds, just like I wanted it to sound as big as possible. So yeah, you guys get to listen to it and dig into the metaphor, not only lyrically, but also there's also a lot of interconnected things with the production as well. The piano, I'll just say a few of them. The piano is a really big one. Make Me Happy's piano, that like riff is a nod back to Dusty Houses. So we can talk about that too. Renee, I've been playing Dusty Houses and now it's my second fave. We have so much to discuss. So Dusty Houses. Yes, you're good. Dusty Houses. I did something similar in Dusty Houses as I did to the Treasure Maps, Partridge, and Make Me Happy. They're all 3 connected. So Treasure Maps, Partridge, and Make Me Happy are connected to Dusty Houses in this way. They all have similar elements in the production style. There's something that nods back to Dusty Houses and back to that album, but specifically the song Dusty Houses, they all have those elements. So Make Me Happy, as we just discussed, has a similar piano riff to the piano riff in Dusty Houses. That ba-da-ba-da-da. That's a very that motif and that melody is everywhere in that album, and that's a completely different discussion we get to discuss a different day. That's a different album, that's a different conversation, but I will mention it. Also, as I was producing these songs, Partridge and Treasure Maps, I did something similar to what I did in Dusty Houses, in that I sampled from videos from I pulled recordings from experiences in my life and I put that into the other recordings and the songs in the songs. So when you're listening to Dusty Houses, Dusty Houses actually has actual audio in there of a recording that my family did, of recordings that my family has done over the years, recording my grandfather telling his stories. He was a storyteller. He wrote a lot of fun stories, and the Dusty Houses includes his voice in the song, which is really fun. And also what's really interesting about it is my grandfather was reading the recording. In the recording, he's reading. It was so fun to sit back and listen to all of those. He has 4 stories, I think, and they're all named in Dusty Houses. They're all named. They're names after different animals and things, which is partially why that album cover has so many stuffed animals on it. That's a different story, Laura. Don't get into that right now. That's a different story. So I'm gonna get on a tangent, and we're not gonna be able to talk about it. But we included in Dusty Houses, snippets of family members' voices. So In Dusty Houses, we included snippets of family members' voices, including specifically not only my grandfather telling these stories, but his two children, my aunt and my dad. Their voices are also in the stories. They're laughing. I think they're reading a book title or something, if I remember correctly. And this was recorded when they were children. So it was recorded. I don't know how old my dad was when that was recorded. Dad, if you remember, if you're in the chat, tell me. Let me know. Let's find out together. But anyways, you can hear my dad's childhood voice in Dusty Houses and my aunt's childhood voice in Dusty Houses and my grandfather's voice. And I think my grandma was probably the one recording on the little tape recorder. But anyways, yeah, so that's kind of the bigger picture. And then I use the same technique in Partridge and Treasure Maps on this album specifically. So on Partridge, I took a video, and I'll post this video at some point or another. There's a video that I took of my friend Brian and I. We were recording guitar one day for the Partridge, an overdub session, and we were recording like a solo kind of guitar lyrical kind of melodic thing. And we decided to use some technology that was in the studio, some of the gear, and we essentially used a phaser we made the sound go from more of like a straight guitar tone to sound like, instead of going boom, 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 then it goes to, it's like, it's like very like swoopy. So we had a lot of fun recording that, and I took a video at the time while we were recording it, and the laughter you hear in Partridge is from that video that we took while we were recording it, because we just had so much fun tracking it and everything. And there's also You Laugh Just Like a Choir. There's laughing lyrics referencing laughing in that song. So I was like, we have to talk about how much fun it was to record and the recording process, and let's include some laughter from that specifically. Yes, yeah, my dad is talking now about in the YouTube chat about yes, let's see. He said he was 9 or 10 when they recorded the audio that is now in the Dusty Houses album. Dad's tales were all oral, so he just repeated them a lot verbally, but it sounds like he didn't write them down. I don't know if we've ever written them down. We could now. We have a lot of recordings. Yes. Oh, guys, I'm so excited. You guys are so sweet in the chat. Oh my gosh. Hello. Hold on. I'm really behind. Yes, Renee, I cannot wait for our interview. We are going to have so much fun. Hello, I love Astro. Great to see you. The interviews have been great. Okay. Oh my gosh, you guys are so sweet. Yes. But also let's talk about Treasure Maps for a second. So Treasure Maps talks about take me back to the days when I was young. Take me back. Take me back. Well, guess what Laura did? I cried when I made this. I literally cried when I found all of these. I found a bunch of old videos from in my archives that I'd taken when I was a kid. And it was videos either from field trips I went on, or like adventures, or just my friends and I, or family and I, like whatever. There's a lot of, all of the audio samples you hear in Treasure Maps are from my own childhood. And so it's kind of fun that like Dusty Houses is from my dad's childhood, and now Treasure Maps is about my childhood. And it has, my dad's voice is actually in Treasure Maps as well at the end in the recording when he's talking about he asks, so we're singing Happy Birthday throughout the Treasure Maps song, right? It's scattered around, because when I was a kid, birthdays were like, I really loved celebrating birthdays, and that was that was always a big event in my brain. So, yes. So I one of the like childhood nostalgia things in my song Treasure Maps that I was like, I want to get back to that feeling, that childhood wonder, that excitement, that nostalgia was centered around birthdays for me. So I wanted to bring some whimsy back from that. So what did we do? There was a video, the Treasure Maps visualizer on YouTube. If you want to check that out, that's actually a lot of the audio is taken from that video that is now on the Treasure Maps visualizer on YouTube. So if you watch on YouTube the song Treasure Maps, there's a visualizer of yeah, you guys really need maps from these songs to find the samples. But I purposefully lined up clips of it to line up with that sample, talking about like, oh, did you make a wish? Anyway, so singing happy birthday or whatever. That's all from that video. The audio is from the samples in the song Treasure Maps are from the video that is on the Treasure Maps visualizer. I use the same thing. So Treasure Maps also is related to Dusty Houses in the fact that at the end of the Treasure Maps song, my dad asks me in the video, he asks, did you make a wish? And he's the one taking the video. So he asks from behind the camera, did you make a wish? And, as you're kids, you're like, oh, I'm not going to tell you my wish. I'm not going to tell you my wish. Like it's a secret. If I tell you my wish, it's going to come true. You can't flip a wish. Well, don't even get me started. You got me. Y'all got me started on this. And now I've been talking about this for 2 hours and I love this. So this is amazing. But yeah, we have all kinds of, interconnected things, but Treasure Maps nods back to Dusty Houses in that respect with the sampling and the production elements, which was really fun to put together and look back through all of these old videos. And the amount of times I cried, I think, when I listened to it all together, because when I listened to the final mix that I'd done, I was like, oh my gosh, just sitting back and like not thinking about how does this work in the mix, and not thinking about it in a technical aspect, but just thinking about it in more of like a overall, let's step back and take a big picture look at this for a second. I was like, I cried. It still makes me cry sometimes. So yeah, what a vibe. You guys are so sweet. Okay, hold on. Now I need to read some more comments. But anyways, that's my TED Talk about Treasure Maps. Yeah, now you guys really get to dig in and crank it up, listen to samples. Exactly. You need Treasure Maps for the song to find the samples. They are, anytime you hear a spoken word in Treasure Maps, it's from a sample from my childhood. Renee, you just moved back to your childhood home. It brings back a lot. Aw. You need a power slide. LOL. Yeah, we do. I saw Dusty Houses and read the snippet about the song. Had to play. Yeah, has to be done. Can I speak English? I hate to break it to you. I am speaking English. All right, here are some of the titles. My dad has put many story titles that my grandfather wrote and told me and my dad. So some of the song titles include The Elephant Who Lost His Trunk in Dusty Houses. Elephant Who Lost His Trunk. That is definitely referenced in Dusty Houses. We also have The Timorous Tiger and The Intrepid Leopard. Grandma did write some down. You're right, Dad. Ostentatious Ostrich. I think those are the 3 or 4 that are in the Dusty Houses. It was only like 3 or 4 that made it in. We could only put so many in. The song's only so long. But other story titles that my grandfather has also written, if we are interested in this, we also have The Supercilious Sardine and The greasy, grimy, gritty, grabby, grumpy, lugubrious, new. Now, if that's not a mouthful of an not an alliteration. It might be alliteration. Of all the words starting with the same letter. I don't know what else is, but love that. So, we love to share, spill some tea, and spill some family lore here. So yes, so those are the main things. I want to sing another song. Now that we've done a huge big breakdown, we need to sing some songs that we've talked about for the last 2 hours. So tell me in the comments what you want to hear next. I'm singing Blue Green in the meantime. We're doing Blue Green next. For those of wondering. Oh, this song is the one where it's on Capo like 11. Because why do I have to make these things? Okay, here we go. Blue Green. I never dreamed before you looked my way. Too scared to see each color as it fades. But I now whisper in the morning and smile as clouds turn gray. You awoke every pastel in the sky, and I can hardly look away. Blue, green, painted together, you, me. Honey, it's simple. I could die in your arms. I could die in your arms. Each winding road leads me back to you. You're stalling your car at the green lights, 'cause I'm sitting next to you. But I now whisper when it's storming, with autumn sunsets on repeat. You awoke all the stardust in my eyes. I think I found my missing piece. So blue, green, painted together, you, me. Honey, it's simple. I could die in your arms. I could die in your arms. Oh, well, you sing me lullabies and hold me close while I indulge my fears of living alone. But the pieces of your t-shirt linger on my coat. Say my name one more time and bring me back home. Blue, green, painted together, you, me. Honey, it's simple. I could die in your arms. I could die in your arms. Yeah. Fun. What a fun song. What a fun song. Yeah, so that one's a blast to sing. There we go. We did some treasure maps. We did some blue green. Flip a wish. What else have we done? I think we still have to sing a couple more. I don't know. I don't know if we're going to get to all the songs today. Well, we're going to do as much as we can, and if we have to do a mashup, that's going to happen. Because there's still 5 songs. All right, I want to sing Partridge. We haven't sung Partridge in how long? Or do we want to sing... We're going to do Partridge. We're doing Partridge. We're singing Partridge. I haven't sung Partridge in a while. This is the song that has a bunch of the Frozen metaphors and everything. You sing just like an angel. You offer me the moon. Perched on your front doorstep, whistling your tunes. Take my hand as we round the corner. You know I slip on ice. Who knew that winter chill could ever feel so nice? And I know I can live in that comfort of security. I know I would rather skate on by. Well, there's breakfast in your kitchen. Baby, it's you and me. I'm having the time of my life. Partridge, that's where my heart lives. I know it's cheesy to say, well, if you ever walk away, I'd rather stay frozen on Partridge. You laugh just like a choir, well, your smile's the breath of spring. Your furrow in your brow as you start to snore. Well, you braid my hair like I'm your treasure. You call me your homemade sculpture. You knew I'd live for simplicity. Well, I know I can live in that comfort of security. I know I would rather skate on by. Oh, well, yeah, there's breakfast in your kitchen, baby, it's you and me. I'm having the time of my life. Partridge, that's where my heart lives. So I know it's cheesy to say, but if you ever walk away, I'd rather stay frozen on Partridge. And every Billy Joel you made a lullaby in my name. You're lending me a coat when I'm a freezing frame. Oh, those sacred words we wrote in secret kisses in the rain. But baby, Partridge, tell me we'll never change. Partridge, that's where my heart lives. I know it's cheesy to say, well, if you ever walk away, I'd rather stay frozen. I'd rather stay frozen on Partridge. Thank you, guys. That song is called Partridge. It's out now. You can stream it. Happy 1 year to Partridge. Yes. Okay, my dad is in the chat. He says, my list of connections you've mentioned so far include lyrics. Yes, there are lots of lyrical connections in this. Melodies, harmonies, background vocals, instrumentation, cover art, themes and threads, metaphors, and song sequence. Yes. Oh, he's not done yet. 10, personal experiences. 11, relationships. 12, mix and production techniques. 13, voices. 14, bird sounds and references. Did I miss anything? Did you also mention the juxtaposition between reality versus imagination? Because there's that. There's that. Okay, I want to sing another song. We sung that one. Well, that's fine. I'm dropping magnets. It's fine. Okay. We're ending with Garden Snakes and Twizzler tonight. I've decided. Should we do St. Louis? Let's do St. Louis. Let's do St. Louis. This song is about the city I lived in when I was still kind of in that treasure maps era. Take me to the treasure maps. I'm in a really good stare. There's a bumblebee outside my window, and I hope it finds a flower. Something yummy. Okay. St. Louis. I still miss the heat, but I complained the whole time. I still wear those jeans, grass stained from hand-me-down climbs, and I can taste that gold from falling bees and melting snow, crying muddy rivers and paddle boats. So take me to St. Louis when no catch the clouds above us with a simple leaf. Wish upon a dragonfly for peace. Meet the man famous for sweets, but I was still hung up on life. Park on Route 60, mountain on the sidewalks with a ring around the line. Well, I can taste that gold with those fallen bees and melting snow, crying muddy rivers and paddle boats. So take me to St. Louis. Oh, and no one knew us well, and catch the clouds above us with a simple leap. Wish upon a dragonfly for peace. So breathe a simple prayer as fires fade, and lock an empty house as the sun grays. On and on the wind will cause me to change. Oh, that blue St. Louis always stay the same. So take me to St. Louis when no one knew us, and catch the clouds above us with a simple wish upon a dragonfly for peace. Yeah. That song is called St. Louis. It's out now. You can stream it everywhere you listen to music. Today is our 1 year anniversary of my most recent album, Honestly. Has been out for 1 year. And it's so exciting. Okay, wait, I'm seeing questions about the guitar. Okay, guitar brand. We have a Fender. Girly Pop owns a Fender. I'm glad you're enjoying my guitar. Her name is Tina, and she's happy to be here. We're not doing cover requests. Sorry, guys. We will do covers on a different day, any other day. Today is a special stream. It's just for originals. But if you want to hear originals, we have so many. And one that got away, I'm happy to do another time. We just can't do that. I'll get off topic if I do that. I'll get off topic. Let's do Crystal Ball. I want to sing some Crystal Ball. No, I can't spell juxtaposition. That's so funny. Thanks, Dad. I can't either some days. I forget words. Crystal Ball. That's what we're doing. We're going to do the whole album. I'm excited. I don't need chords for this. I know this song so well. I sing it all the time. My album is called Honestly, for those who are just joining and need a vibe. I'm not sure if LaCheryl is here or not, but that's okay. Hello to everyone who's here. Let me see if I can get yes, let's pin this. We are celebrating the 1 year anniversary of my album, Honestly. You can listen to it everywhere you love to listen to music. All right, I've got the link. I've got the link now. For all of our friends who are just now joining and they want to, let me put the link in. You can stream my music here. Pinning in the comment. Okay, let's sing some Crystal Ball. Can't spell juxtaposition. Goofy, I know you can spell juxtaposition. You just did. This song is called Crystal Ball. How does it go? Red velvet lipstick all covered in cracks, dusty old curtains with no pulling back, poison the Polish snake bite in their claws with a big curly hairdo. She still wants it all. Digging up old graves, she found empty stones, blaming the hero for faults of her own, cursing misfortune and old legends that were meant for the fire with ghosts and his laugh. He said, I'm not bad, I'm just misunderstood. The cracks upon the walls told me I should. I'm not bad, I'm just misunderstood. Oh, if I had a crystal ball, then I'd be good. Cigars and whiskey with smoke to his name. Muddy brick water would still taste the same. Slum in a hat that pays twice his weight, but each risky business a scratch on his frame. He said, I'm not bad, I'm just misunderstood. The cracks upon the walls told me I should. I'm not bad, I'm just misunderstood. Well, if I had a crystal ball, then I'd be good. Leather on high backs that scream oppression, classy nostalgia with hidden weapons, a James Bond-like villain with a Colgate smile, but his silver tongue daily bleeds deception. He said, I'm not bad, I'm just misunderstood. The cracks upon the walls told me I should. I'm not bad, I'm just misunderstood. And if I had a crystal ball, oh, if I had a crystal ball, then I'd be good. Yeah, that song is called Crystal Ball. It's out now. It is extremely connected to my album called Honestly, which is also out now. You can stream my music here on this link. Happy 1 year to Honestly and the album that is so fun to sing. Hello, friends. Oh, I see some new friends. Thank you, Auburn, for the follow. I appreciate you guys. We are now one fellow friend closer to my next music release. The second we hit 1,000 followers on TikTok, I'm dropping a new song. So, the new song is called At Least I'm Moving. I think we should probably turn the light on here. At Least I'm Moving, and I can't wait to show you guys. What kind of guitar is that? It's a Fender. You are correct. She's a Fender. She's a Fender. I love her. It's old at this point. This is actually the first guitar I learned how to play on. Fun fact. Fun fact. Okay, we have 3 songs left. Time to get into our feels. Time to get into our fields. There we go. All right. No album is complete without a heartbreak song on it. I don't know if that's true. People have said it. This album does have a heartbreak song on it, and it's called "Make Me Happy." Of all things, you wouldn't expect it just be like that, but here we go. We have "Make Me Happy" is next. Lachelle, you're all good. Thank you for being so kind, hanging out. Sorry your phone died. I'm glad you're back. You've been at the beach since 5 a.m. Oh my gosh, I love that for you. I wish I could be at the beach. I was at a pool quite a lot this week in Oregon. Yes, welcome back, Lachelle. I was on a beach this weekend and I got sunburned quite a bit. And that's a different song. Oh, fun. Your son had seen your sunrise photos first class. That's really cute. I love that. Well, thank you for spending the time. And it sounds like you guys had a blast. And I hope you also enjoyed listening to all of the Interconnected. We have 3 more songs to sing, and then we're going to call it. And if there's anything I forgot to talk about that I said I was going to talk about, please remind me. This song is called "Make Me Happy." Oh, something that's connected. I just remembered. There's "Make Me Happy, Why Am I Digging Up My Own Grave?" Crystal Ball has a lyric that's like, "Digging up old graves, she found empty stones." So these songs are also connected. Here we go. You broke down my honest words. You made me feel like I could be enough. You ran your fingers through my hair, then you cut me down with one message from your thumb. So size me up and down. You can treat me like a kid, just some paper pawn who's used up on your grid. Oh, why'd you have to make me happy? I gave you all my smiles, now who's laughing? And when the smoke and mirrors fade, oh, I'm still the only one who knows your unborn nephew's name. 3 a.m. missed calls from my friends. You're silencing my worries with your minutes. You held on close that favorite summer. Another season changes, I'm alone again. Well, maybe I'm the one that got away. So why am I sitting here digging up my own grave? Oh, why'd you have to make me love you? God, I wish I hadn't been so see-through. Well, I shared an avalanche of pain. Why do all my villains break my heart the same way? You were the one who didn't want to let me go. You'd ask me to stay when I should have gone back home, and the taste of your name hangs like honey on my tongue. So confident in closure, you treat me like I'm no one. The pieces from our golden days half alive on my body. You said come back to me, so why am I the one who's crying? I'm 90 worlds away, but I can't bear to turn you into someone I hate. Why'd you have to make me love you? God, I wish I hadn't been so see-through. I shared an avalanche of pain. But why do all my villains break my heart the same way? Oh, why'd you have to make me happy? I gave you all my smiles, now who's laughing? Oh, I shared an avalanche of pain. But why do all my villains break my heart the same way? And when the smoke and mirrors fade, see, I'm still the only one who knows your unborn nephew's name. Yeah. That song gets me. That song gets me. Happy 1 year to make me happy, being out and still getting me. I don't know how many years since I wrote it. Too long. Still gets me. I had a completely different haircut when I wrote it. And you know how I know this? Because there's video proof. On social media, you could see the long hair. She didn't even have bangs. It was just doing whatever it wanted. I'm going to end this tonight with tonight. It's literally sunny outside. Okay. We're singing Twizzler. We're going to end with At Least I'm Moving. Guys, the second I hit 1,000 followers, I am going to drop At Least I'm Moving. We have, I don't know, how many do we have at this point? Like, we're at 931 followers on TikTok. So the second we reach 1,000 followers, probably on TikTok, is going to be the first one to hit it. Instagram and the other ones are close behind, but it's going to be whichever one gets 1,000 first. I'll drop At Least I'm Moving. Anyways, let's sing a song I wrote called Twizzler. It's on the album called Honestly. It's about road trips with my mom. Twizzler is also one of the sister songs of Timber and Flip a Wish. It's about Twizzlers. Driving 65 in the fast lane. Share your favorite cherry is so lame. Pick apart the pieces, making up our silly games. You're tying out my favorite shoes, making a bunny with two loops. You would tip me up and kiss my cheek and send me out when I was young. We've been twisted. We've been twizzling. So leave me in the waters of your plans. Oh, I'll write those outlines down on both our hands. You laugh into each dance that I make up, guessing the color, darling, it's peanut. Reach across each highway, same car who gets there first. I'll be one step ahead and behind you, walking in tandem, wearing our old shoes. Salad in the cupboard, well, you leave the sticky clues. We've been twisted. We 'cause twins are born 30 years apart. Will you hear our smile mirror how I talk? Oh, you leave me inside jokes in pavement chalk. The rosy cheeks you gave to me, the pink on my nose when I am weak. Well, 2 branches from the same old tree that you twisted up and turned strawberry. We've been twisted. We've been twisted. So leave me in the waters of your plans. Oh, I'll write those outlines down on both our hands. Oh, we've been twisted. We've been twisted. Oh, well, leave me in the waters of your plans. Oh, well, I'll write those outlines down. Oh, I'll write those outlines down on both of our hands. Yeah! Fun. Guys, we have one song on the album left. Now, I said before we were going to sing Garden Snakes, which we're going to sing it. Don't worry. We're going to sing it. Let me really quickly break down the album artwork that my very, very kind friend, Erin, painted. Now, this is a replica because Erin has the original because she's amazing and fantastic and we love her. So, this is honestly... Here, I'm gonna smile for a what is it? A thumbnail. There we go. Okay, so we have the whole forest concept. You can see the trees. You can see the lake. You can see all of these visual elements as far as the forest, where this cabin and this house lives. This house in the woods live. So we have little elements on this, including the bird. This is a bird here for all of our friends. I hope you can see that. This is a bird. This bird is not only the bluebirds mentioned in a representation of the bluebirds mentioned in One Sunny Day, but it also has to do with the birds mentioned in St. Louis. And I know in Partridge. That's why this is set. This is a birdhouse. It's a birdhouse turned cabin, essentially. It's also blue-green. Thank you, LaCheryl. You know these things, and I appreciate you greatly. So we have that. The colors are all connected to colors that I envision when I listen to this album. Lots of blues and greens, etc. Over here in the little corner, tiniest little corner ever, right here. On this corner of the house, in the back corner, there's a snake. And you can zoom in. It's a snake. It's our garden snake. Erin drew us a... Okay, hold on. Erin drew us a garden snake, and we love her for that. I love the garden snake. We also have the little light is the... supposed to represent like the sun, and also like even if you're sad, sometimes you need a candle to cry, to give you ambiance while you cry, right? So we have a candle in there to show that like we're also looking into the house, digging into all of that. On the perch here you can see there's a little dragonfly. for Wish Upon a Dragonfly for Peace. That's in St. Louis. We also have the bell from One Sunny Day that we've discussed earlier. The bells, there's some bells throughout the production elements of this song, and that's part of it. We also have, what else? Aaron also made a treasure map. You can see it's kind of dark on this, but if you look at the album artwork on social media, you can see it on my Instagram. It's the pinned post on the top of my profile. But also it's on all of the album artwork. So whatever streaming platform you're listening to it on, there is a treasure map right here as well. And there's some dots and X marks the spots. We also have, I'm sure there's more that I'm forgetting. We also have a key on this side. We have the crystal key that's mentioned too, and locked behind, you can find me locked behind my fears, etc. There's that. Keys and locks are another element. Lyrical tie, apparently. That's the main breakdown on this. That's the start of it, at least. So we have that. Now let's sing some Garden Snakes. Now, as we discussed at the beginning of the stream, Garden Snakes is the kind of the prologue / like umbrella overarching song on this album. It's the first one you hear. There's a lot of lyrical, metaphorical tie-ins to other songs. Also, there's birds singing in the background, which is also a tie-in to Partridge and One Sunny Day and a whole bunch of other things. St. Louis. But it's essentially a metaphor for the rest of the album. So we have lyrics like, I'd be the one still trying if I were a flightless bird again. But also the still trying, even if you're still frozen, even if you're still stuck. It's all there. So let's sing some Garden Snakes. I really want to just sing. I want to just sing this song at you. Well, to you, for you, all of the above. Should I tune this real quick? Probably. She's a little sharp. Well, it's fine. We did it. Okay. There's also rain metaphors, water. It's a big umbrella for the rest of the album. Bless the rains that kiss the nimble trees. It seems like frozen puddles bring no peace. Overflowing wishes to the breeze. If I were a flightless bird, I'd be the one still trying. Planting poppy petals, watch them grow. Who needs scarlet whiskey in this snow? Calling every visitor my home. If I were that butterfly, I wouldn't see my left wing broke. So patch the picket and turn the lock clockwise. Who knew the mist would make the river rise? Well, in twilight hours when I'm not sure I'm awake, I'm still staving off those garden snakes. staving off those garden snakes. Introduce the morning to the stars. The moon can say goodnight to sunny arms. Mixing up the water with the weeds. If I were that old tulip, I'd be the one still drowning. Well, patch the picket, turn the wall clockwise. Who knew the mist would make this river rise? In twilight hours when I'm not sure I'm awake, I'm still staving off those garden snakes. I'm still staving off those garden snakes. Yeah, there we go. So that was Garden Snakes. I love that song. I love that song so much. It's just fun to play. It's just so fun. It's just so fun. One of my favorites. I just got a notification on TikTok that our very good friend Renee has watched the live for 400 minutes. You're so fantastic. Thank you so much for all your support, all of your hanging out. I appreciate it. And thank you to Lashro, who I'm sure is very, very close in numbers to Renee, if not more. I don't know. I don't know the exact counts or where that all evens out, but you guys are, I really appreciate you guys hanging out and listening so much. So thank you. And thank you to all of our YouTube friends who are also streaming and watching. I appreciate you guys so much. Now, we got a question in the YouTube chat asking, did you explain why you chose Garden Snakes, Twizzler, and Honestly to release as singles? Good question. So I released it in the order of, I was ready when I released it last summer, I was really still kind of in the mixing process in like April, but I knew I wanted to release the rest of the album like in August. So, on August 15th of all days, happy 1 year. But I was looking at the calendar, trying to plan release dates, being like, when is a good time to release this? All of that stuff. And I realized that Twizzler is a song about my mom and about road trips with my mom and everything like that. So Twizzler is about my mom, road trips with her. That was the main inspiration for it. And I knew it was going to be on this album, and I was really ready to release the album, but I was like, how am I going to do this release plan wise? Well, looking at the calendar, what's, however long ago, whenever I was looking at it, what's the next release date that's like fun? Twizzler, I released it on Mother's Day last year. So that was really fun. We, because I was like, yeah, what's not a perfect Mother's Day gift for my mom, but a song I wrote about her. So let's release that then. And the single artwork was a picture of me and her, and she's been on this stream multiple times singing with us, and she's awesome. We love Rachel. We love Mom. So there's that. That's number one. That was the first single that we released on the Honestly album release plan timeline. Then we released Garden Snakes about a month to 6 weeks after that. Garden Snakes, I wanted to show the singles show different elements of the upcoming album. So I wanted it to be like Twizzler is this really upbeat song, and I wanted to show that like this album also has more chill stuff, and I wanted to also like showcase that as well and be like, this album that's eventually going to come out isn't just all upbeat, woo, like let's eat Twizzlers and have fun. Like we love that stuff. I'll do that stuff all day, any day. But we also have other aesthetics and other vibes and other emotional moods in the album. So Garden Snakes was part of that as well. So and I was like, the song is it also was kind of the next one that I was almost done mixing. And I was like, I can get this done in time. I'm gonna give myself a deadline. I'll mix it. I'll be done with it in time for the release. So we did that. And that was really fun. We shot the promo videos and photos and everything in a rainstorm, which was a blast. It was a thunderstorm. It was like peak thunderstorm, like severe weather. And my very good friend Vivian and we went out, and she very kindly took pictures in the pouring rain with me, and I got my guitar all wet, and we had so much fun. And literally it was like a thunderstorm was outside, and I'm just walking around in the rain, living for the aesthetic of Garden Snakes rain vibes, rainy day vibes. So that was really fun to release as well, because I had gotten the master back for that, and I was like, let's just go. And then after that, I released Honestly. I knew I wanted Honestly to be done right before the album, because Honestly is my favorite song on the album, I think. One of them, at least. I mean, I have 12 favorites, so it's hard to tell. But Honestly, I knew that was going to be, it's the name of the album, So I was like, let's release that as the single leading up to the album, and then we're going to announce the single after that. So that's what I did. Honestly is really fun because it is upbeat, but it also has some more mellower moments. So I felt like it kind of also was kind of a good blend of the Twizzler upbeat mixed with the Garden Snakes more chill. Then we get into the Honestly, kind of the mixture of the two. And I love that song, and I've been playing Honestly at rounds and at shows for so long, and everyone, like people, like so many people know the song from writers rounds and stuff, that to a point where like all of the people I was singing rounds with and stuff, they were all like singing along with me, and it's really fun to be in a room with like a bunch of people singing your songs and harmonizing and just having a blast. So I was like, it's time, let's release Honestly. So I did. And then the album wasn't quite done. I had 1 or 2 songs on that left to finish, but I got it done. I followed my deadline. I followed my plan, and I got all the mixes done. I produced it. I mixed it. I recorded it all myself, guys. And it was a blast to do. It was a lot of work, and it took a long time, but I'm really proud of it. I'm really, really proud of this collection of songs, even though it looks like the ramblings of a madman in this cluster corner over here. But we did it, and it's really fun. It's fun to say that we've done it. We've released it, and we've been able to release some other stuff since then. I released a Christmas song last November or December. So as the winter comes around, we'll be yapping about that again. But we're giving her a break to let the Christmas song. It needs time to defrost. And then we also have Begin, which we played earlier. That was released in March. Begin is out now. You can stream it everywhere. That one was so fun. We recorded it the same day as the Christmas single, and it was like an absolute joy. It just was like very healing to like, because you miss people when you live far away from people you love, and it was like a healing experience for me. I don't know. Life changes and things are good, and things are always we're good. But remembering how I felt when I wrote that song, being like, man, I just miss everyone, to then seeing how this song has connected me with more people, And this album, how this album has connected me with more people. When I wrote this album, I didn't know half the musicians that played on it. I didn't know half the people I'd be working with. And it, honestly is talking about, am I all I need? Do I need to depend on other people? Do I need to build a community, or can I just be an isolated little hermit in my cabin by myself? And honestly, it's helped me grow and reach a lot of new friends and reach all you guys watching. And I really appreciate that. So yeah, it's fun to see how music takes its own shape and its own form, and all of the intricacies that I've discussed today. I'm sure you guys have your own interpretations, and I would love to hear them. So what theme is it? The theme of the Honestly album is cabin in the woods. The setting is cabin in the woods with a garden, and there's a lake nearby. That's the vibe. I wrote it all myself. It's indie songwriter. Is the genre. But yes, exactly. It's all about the balance between building community and also saving space for yourself too, and giving yourself that recharge time. Oh yes, LaCheryl, send me all of the songs. Okay, guys, we have time for one more song. My newest song. It's unreleased. The second we get to 1,000 followers, 1,000 followers is likely gonna be. Oh my gosh, LaCheryl says the song I'm gonna send you is from a friend of mine's. From my hometown. He wrote it alone in a cabin in the woods, literally. That's amazing. Send it to me. Iconic. I need to hear the song stat. I'll listen to it tonight. Or today. Last song. At Least I'm Moving. It comes out the second we hit 1,000 followers. Probably TikTok is going to be the first one to hit 1,000. That's what I'm looking at. Guys, you guys get to be part of this release. Help me release my song. It's ready. It's ready for you. It's ready. So are you guys ready? I don't know. Gotta unlock the locks. But I'll play it for you now. Another song I produced that was really fun, and I can't wait for you guys to hear the recording of it, because it's one of my very good, very kind friends. Renee has been a very good, a wonderful supporter of the song for a while. So I don't know if she's still in the chat, but Renee, if you're still here, the song is for you. At Least I'm Moving. It will be out the second we get to 1,000 followers on TikTok. You told me I should try counting sheep to forget about what scares me in my dreams. Well, I'm not scared anymore. My worst fears have come true. I'm the rusty old marks on the cardboard that you moved. I hate being this angry. No, I never stay that way for long. Put a straw into my drink. I don't care how strong. Put a Band-Aid on my heart. I think it'd fall right off. At least I'm moving. With each step I'm bruising. And though my shoes don't fit, follow the moon for kicks. At least I'm moving. And maybe I'm still searching for your car. 1,000 miles never felt so far. Well, I see it in each accident, with warping and some scars. I see you in my rear view, lost myself to your spark. At least I'm moving. each step I'm bruising, and though my shoes don't fit, follow the moon for kicks. At least I'm moving. Well, I know it's make the miles left, the beating heart inside your chest, the broken locks and apartments. You said I'm leaving for the best, and I know those footsteps anywhere. 3 months fly by, you don't seem to care. Freezing in this dismal heat, I'm losing myself to each repeat. At least I'm moving. With each step I'm bruising, and though my shoes don't fit, follow the moon for kicks. At least I'm moving. At least I'm moving. With each step I'm bruising, and though my shoes don't fit, follow the moon for kicks. At least I'm you guys are the best. Thank you so much, guys, for everyone who's followed, everyone who's liked, everyone who's listened. You guys are the best. You guys are so sweet. Thank you. And happy 1 year to, honestly, I can't believe it's been a year, and I'm so glad to have met all of you in the last year and been able to share this music. So you guys are so sweet. Again, that's the album. If you have questions and want me to break down a specific thing that you want to talk about, we can chat and yap either in DMs or on my next live stream. I always do a weekly live stream Saturdays at 10 a.m. Eastern time. And we sing covers, originals, and thanks for hanging out on this very special album anniversary stream. Okay, we'll talk later. Bye, guys. Have a great one. Thank you so much for everything.